do it together. Basically, what we're gonna do today is a coffee tasting. What is the coffee tasting? Basically, you are tasting coffee. But it's not really a coffee tasting like that. It's more of a demonstration of what is supposed to happen when giving a presentation of coffee. It's not too hectic, not too crazy. Basically, what you have to do is we are doing a comparison between blonde and espresso. It's for another store level competition. It's a store level competition whereby you're competing amongst store partners. Alright. It's not too hard, it's not too crazy, but let's talk about it. Basically, you get 15 minutes to do a coffee tasting. I like to divide them into 4 minutes of introduction, 4 minutes of storytelling, and then 4 minutes of tasting. Yes. So what does that mean basically? So your introduction is obviously you introducing yourself.
Hi, my name is Nathan Bobrey. I'm from Petersburg, and this is my coffee tasting.
And you introduce the coffee obviously. Now there's 4 fundamentals of brewing. So these 4 fundamentals of brewing is basically the 4 fundamentals of brewing is proportion. You have your grind, your freshness, and water. Proportion pertains to the amount of grams of coffee you put to water. Your grind is obviously the grind that you're gonna use, but we use French press. All right. If you haven't seen a French press, it's Le France press. It's a French press, meaning it's French, but it's not French. So it's a French press. To that one, using like a full one, which is like about a 34 ounce. It's supposedly 8 cup French press. That's gonna be about 54 grams of grinded coffee. Alright, must be grinded to 810 mils of water. Alright, that moves to our next fundamental, which is water. Alright, that's to be filtered water or bottled water. Alright, you cannot have any other water from like the taps. Come on. Alright. Then alright, so that's to be filtered water. Obviously in Starbucks, all the water is filtered. Right? All the water is filtered, so no need to worry. I mean, and don't forget the temperature of the water has to be 92 degrees to 96 degrees Celsius, or 196 to 204 degrees Fahrenheit. Right. Not yeah. When you come into our stores, obviously there's like a bun brewer thing, which is for the brewed coffee. That one. I'm missing one. That one basically shows 200 degrees. 200 degrees meaning Fahrenheit. All right. Not 200 degrees Celsius. Sorry, you're mad. All right. So when you're talking about blonde, obviously now blonde is a light to medium roast. What does that mean basically? So it's not heavy, it's light, there's a well balanced, smooth and mellow flavor. That's blonde. Right? Smooth and mellow flavor. You're gonna get a nice notes of citrus, lemon, soft spice, and you're gonna get that milk chocolate type of smoothness. Now I mean, have you ever had milk chocolate? Oh, aha. Smooth, right? Alright. Now when you're using espresso, you're gonna get more bold, robust flavor or body. Medium acidity with a bolder, heavier body. But a more darker, chocolatey taste with a hint of dark caramel and molasses. All right, that's another thing of a espresso. All right. Now, when you're doing the coffee tasting, don't forget to obviously make it a conversation between yourself and obviously the judges or the participants. All right. When you go on to like that's the introduction of the coffee look. So I have the 4 fundamentals of brewing, which is your portion, grind, freshness, and water. Then you go on to your storytelling of while you're brewing it. Basically, you say 54 grams, poof, put the coffee inside the thing, poof, water, poof. 4 minutes of brewing. Don't forget 4 minutes of brewing for this French press. Then you go into the storytelling. What is the storytelling? Basically, the storytelling is you giving a brief description of the coffee. So obviously, blonde was first introduced in 2016, first in Canada stores, and then distributed after that. It took about 50 decades for coffee, for this blend, basically a pre-roast blend, meaning it was blended before roasting. All right, it was blended before roasting, meaning all the beans are the same color. If you look at like a different bean, like the Cafe Verona, it's different colors and things. But this one was all emulsified together, which is amazing. All right, when you look at espresso, first introduced in 1975. Not one of the first coffees that were introduced, but what this coffee does basically on Emerald Street, there's a roastery that Starbucks first had. Basically, this is paying homage. When you look at the bag, it has like an E. For you, E. All right. Why they have the E? Because, like I said, the first roastery of Starbucks was on Emerald Street, and it's basically paying homage to that. Like I said, each bag has a CI logo or Conservation International logo right on the top, on the right. Yes. Right. What is the CI logo basically? First introduced I think in 1988. All right. It is a non-profit organization that Starbucks joined. Basically, they help your farmers and farmer support centers. They help look after the farmers. They help the farmers look after their farms, basically. So it's a whole, you know what I mean. Why do they help the farmers? Obviously, we want the best coffee, right? So this falls into our 4 pillars that these cafe, these CI, basically the farmer support centers fall on, which is like your cafe principles, coffee and farmer equity. So when you look at it, it's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. So they have quality, which is the quality of bean to cup. You have economic transparency, which is your economic the more basically the more money, the better the bean, the more money we're gonna pay for the bean. Which is good for us and for you, the customer. Oh my gosh, fantastic! Then goes on to environmental leadership, which is taking care of the environment, and then the social responsibility, which is taking care of the farmers, as well as when the farmers are taken care of, they take care of the community and the environment, make our coffee better. So that's that. You can always explain what is your farmer support centers. Remember, Starbucks has about 10. Alright, 10. So there's, look at it, let's go through it. So I would say there's 5 in America, and then there's 3 in Africa, and then 2 in Asia. So the 5 is Mexico, Brazil, you got Costa Rica, Guatemala, Colombia, and I think I'm missing one. Yeah, you'll check and see. Yeah, and then Africa is Rwanda, Tanzania, and Ethiopia, and then you have 1 more or 2 more, which is China and Sumatra. But it's pretty much like that. You go into your 4 steps of tasting. So there's 4 steps of tasting. There's also 4 characteristics of tasting. So 4 steps of tasting is your smell, which is your smell for the aroma, your slurp, which is your slurp for the acidity, your locate, you locate for the body, the weight of the coffee on your tongue, on your palate, and then your last and final one, the describe, which is describing for the flavor and things like that. So that's what the flavor you get from the coffee. Is it lemony like your? Is it lemony or zesty like your blonde, or is it chocolatey and bold with a nice little dark caramel flavor, like your espresso. This all depends on your flavor, but yeah, that is a coffee tasting. Ooh. Yeah, just basically, this is a little introduction of what to expect, of what to do, how do you like deliver. Obviously, we'll take a little video of that later on, but yeah.